They sneak around at night in the shadows looking for a fight. We are here to discuss people who dedicate their lives to helping others because they believe they are superheroes. Is this a case where fiction is inspiring good in humanity? Or is this an unrealistic and potentially dangerous situation where people are interfering with the law? Welcome back to Dirty Little Secrets. Today I am joined by Danger Man and Reina Scully. How are you guys today?
Great.
Excellent.
Excellent. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Reina.
Well, I used to I still do cosplay, but I'm taking a little bit of a break from it right now. I do work with Trish on SourceFed and SourceFed Nerd. I'm also an anime translator, Japanese to English, and sometimes vice versa, depending on what the anime is. But yeah, mainly I'm here today because I have always been inspired by costumes, costumery, and obviously that means superheroes. And I also grew up with Studio Ghibli and Hayao Miyazaki, so all things like that have always inspired me to want to look like them and embody them because it's very empowering.
Tell us about your pants.
I am wearing Venom pants today because I thought it was appropriate, but then I realized he was a villain, and now I'm sad.
Does that mean you're evil, Reina?
A little bit.
And Danger Man, thank you so much for joining us today. I know you got a very busy life.
Yes. Well, I'm Danger Man, the real-life urban superhero.
Woo!
Okay. And I've been a real-life urban superhero now for 16 years, celebrating 16 years. It's a very exciting life because I get to not only save children, and I promote literacy, safety, and good health for the children in urban and underserved communities across America, okay?
That's
and
fantastic.
then I empower children to live their best life through education and by living a healthy lifestyle. And then I also empower adults to want to, be something else, to make change, okay? Mm-hmm. And so, I just love my work, and I'm a CEO, and I got comic books, I got a web series, I got so much going on because it's a busy life.
And you brought one of the comic books here today,
I brought a comic book for you, Trish.
Danger Man, the urban superhero.
That's right. Look at that. See? Yeah.
That's very
good.
cool.
It was pretty phenomenal. It's pretty fun.
In fact, I gave one of these to Stan Lee when I was on his show. Yeah.
Very awesome.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
tell me, as a real life superhero, do you work certain shifts? Do you take the night shift? How does that work?
Well, I'm like a 24-hour superhero because I'm a CEO, so I have my foundation.
Okay.
And so on my foundation, I work I work to do in the office because I go to events. I have to promote Danger Man, and I do YouTube videos. So I do a YouTube video every day.
Awesome.
Okay? Yeah, you can go to Urban Superhero on YouTube. They're about my view and my on how things are impacting the world, and I give my view on it. Okay. And there are also videos from events where I go to. Okay, because I'm everywhere. I'm on red carpets. I'm green carpets, orange carpets. You name it. Danger Man is there, and people want to know what I think about things. I'm on 40 social media sites. Can you imagine what that's like? Okay, and people want to hear from me. It's amazing. So,
sure.
Yeah, so I work. I have to, I have to write grants and work with my staff, and so it's a constant thing.
Well, we're very honored that you took the time out of your schedule to come here and chat with us today.
Thank you.
We're going to move into a part of the show called Fact or Fiction. I'm going to read you a statement, and you're each going to tell me, in your opinion, if this statement is fact or fiction. All right, ready? Superheroes Anonymous is a group of real-life superheroes from all over the U.S. who met up to help the homeless and hand out crime prevention materials. Fact or fiction?
I think that's fact.
Okay.
Superheroes Anonymous?
That just sounds real to you?
It sounds real, and I think their level of help makes a lot of sense. The fact that they're going to homeless, it's very accessible almost, and it's not over the top, so I think it's a fact.
Okay. What about you, Danger Man?
I think it's a fact because I'm friends with them.
Woo!
That's awesome.
Well, it's been proven, but yes, that's true. It's fact. The first time they met up was in Times Square in 2007.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Okay, next one. J.J. Arms claims to be the first real-life superhero, revealing his masked identity to the public in 1976. Fact or fiction?
What? 1976.
1976.
As the first real-life superhero.
Well.
Well, anyone can claim that. Right?
Yeah.
I think it's false.
You think it's fiction?
I think it's fiction.
Why? Just a gut feeling?
Just a gut feeling. Even though they do say that whenever they give you like a specific number, like 1976, it sounds kind of realistic because it's so like not almost random. But I think it's fake because I think anybody can claim that they were the first ones ever.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. Well, I think it's true.
Okay, you're gonna go with fact? Why do you
I'm
think it's
gonna
true?
Well, because he gave a specific year.
That's true.
Okay. Which could be Googled, even though Google wasn't around then.
Back
but
then.
No.
But I think I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Okay, well, it is indeed fact. JJ Arms says he lost his arms in a childhood tragedy, replaced them with hooks. One of the hooks was designed so that it can fire a gun. He also says he lived in a mansion with lions and tigers and has a chauffeur who drives him to the crime scenes that he goes to.
Same.
He's now in his 80s
Oh,
and still a superhero.
And
You
still
can
a
look him up.
Wait, so he has a
Excellent.
gun instead of a...
No, it's a hook, but it's a hook that's programmed to be able to fire a gun.
Oh.
Only
Oh,
on
so-
one hand. The other
okay,
hand's
I
just a
see.
regular hook, I guess.
Oh my
Call him
goodness, that's like an
Hookman. Why they call him
anime.
Hookman?
JJ Arms.
Yeah, I'm Hookman.
fantastic. I
I'm
love
Hookman.
it.
I got a hook, and you better slow down, buddy, because I'm gonna hook you.
The last one. Being a real-life superhero is actually illegal because it's seen as a form of vigilantism.
Ooh. I've heard that before, but I don't know if it's legitimately fact or not. I've just heard that. I guess I'll go with fact.
Okay? What do you think, Danger Man?
It's not illegal.
Yeah, I assume you've heavily
Yeah,
done
I'm sure
research
you know.
into this.
Yeah.
So the answer is indeed fiction. And the laws on vigilantism actually differ from state to state between vigilantism and citizen's arrest. So citizen's arrest is legal.
Right.
There are forms of vigilantism per each state that are illegal, but usually they have to do with violence. But most real-life superheroes are able to go out and do good without breaking the law.
That's incredible. I didn't know that. This is very exciting.
So it gets into some sticky territory. We went out to Twitter and asked, what do you, viewers, think of real-life superheroes, and can fiction inspire actual good out in the world? And we got a tweet from @RhinoBalls, Ryan Faroki, who says, as goofy as it seems, they're doing what most people should be doing, and I admire them. And I would say to you, Danger Man, is that the attitude that you encounter most when you're out working with the public?
Yes, I do. People, they come up and congratulate. Oh, wow, we like the work you're doing. Even though I have some haters. People would call me.
Everyone has
Everybody
haters.
has
Yeah.
haters
This
on
world is
YouTube.
ridiculous.
Someone
Yeah.
right now is in the comments typing,
That's right.
this is the dumbest show I've ever seen.
That's right, yeah. The jewelry people, they like, wow, you got, you're doing some good stuff. Like what you're doing, James.
Absolutely.
Yeah, right, so.
At that guy Fletcher, Andrew Fletcher says, fiction can teach us about morality and the consequences decisions we make have a right or wrong. For both Reina and Danger Man, do you find that this is something that influenced you, Reina, either as you are growing up and choosing the field you're working in, and Danger Man for you as well, to actually choose to become a real-life superhero?
I would think absolutely. I was hugely influenced by not necessarily comic books, but stories of superheroes. And anime has this very interesting role that they play where there's always one character that is absolutely always true.
Interesting,
And
okay.
it's not really that they're always the straight man. That's not really it. But it really does teach you, like, what morals are and what the end result should be. And there's actually this really interesting concept called chunibyo, which means middle school disorder, where you believe like you're endowed, like you're special, and that one day you're gonna like encounter something incredible and basically become like Superman. Like I'm gonna be the one that does that. It's very exciting to feel that way and to like want to be that way. And I feel like comic books and superhero stories really do inspire that. So I think it's all in all a great thing, and I can't really see it being bad. I know a lot of people say that a lot of anime and comics tend to be a little bit more on the graphic side, so that there is kind of a negative connotation there, but I wholeheartedly disagree, obviously, because I grew up with it and I think I'm totally fine, so I think I'm all there.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think you're all there.
What about for you, Danger
Well, see, I grew up, I was always a law and order guy.
Love it. Justice
Okay?
lover.
Yeah, justice lover, okay? And when I was a kid, I wanted to be an FBI agent.
Cool.
Right.
Very
because
cool.
there weren't any black FBI agents. I read every book on the FBI. Okay, every book on the FBI. John Dillinger.
I was just gonna say
John
that.
Dillinger,
That's so funny. I was
Alvin
just gonna
Cripps,
say
and
that.
all them. All those the bad guys. But then as I grew up, I found out I couldn't be an FBI agent because I don't have 20/20 vision.
Oh.
Okay, so my heart was broken. But I started my own security company and investigations.
Awesome.
Oh, wow.
Right, and I named it Action Jackson Protection Services.
I love it.
Yeah, you remember from the movie Action Jackson?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And so people my clients used to call me Action Jackson all the time. Hey, Action, can you come in? So I was always about trying to give people justice.
Okay.
Okay. And so when I became a real life superhero, I wasn't really becoming a real life superhero. I wanted to give justice. I became Danger Man because there was a family and they were taking their 4-year-old daughter to a birthday party and in East LA. And they got lost, and while trying to find their way, it was like on a Saturday morning, a bullet came through the back window and killed their 4-year-old daughter. Okay, and this was in 1998. So when I heard about that, it impacted me.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, wow. I said, here we are in America, the greatest country in the land, and our kids are in danger. And I wanted to do something about it. Okay, so I through a series of steps, I became Danger Man.
Okay.
Okay. So my first mission was to talk to kids about guns and kids don't mix, about trying to get the guns out of our community and keep our community safe and keep our kids out of danger. And then I found out, oh, you're a real life superhero. Oh, okay. I was just trying to be Danger Man. We weren't even using the logo real life superhero. Oh, okay. And so we have Danger Man.
I love it. Now, when we draw the line between regular police enforcement and real life superheroes, you're donning this costume, you've got this persona. Is that specifically to reach out towards children, or do you feel like it has a bigger impact on adults alike? Like, what is the separation between law enforcement that we're used to seeing traditionally and a superhero?
Okay, well, so traditionally, like for instance, because I'm around a lot of police. Okay, because I do a lot of events in the community. Okay, and so and a lot of the cops in whether it's in North Hollywood or LA, England, they've heard about me. I give them my card. I go up to them, give them my card. I'm a superhero with a card. Here you go. I'm Danger Man. I shake their hand. I take pictures with them. Because I'm about trying to bring peace in the community. Okay, I don't step on their toes.
That's important.
Okay, yeah, I don't step on their toes. I'm not, because now at the level where my brand is, okay, I don't really go out at night all up and, running up and down the street, trying to stop people from selling dope and all that, okay, because I'll let the police do that.
Right.
My best work is in the schools and trying to get young people from even getting to that point.
Awesome.
Okay, and even adults says, okay, guys, all right, look, you want to be safe, you don't want to be pulled over by the cops. Let's not do this. Let's keep, because you're an example for your kids, all right?
Right.
Yeah. So I don't step on the toes of the cops.
Sure.
When I was in security, I used to have I had a concealed weapons permit for 12 years. So I used to get up in the morning, I put on my Glock, and then I had a little 38. I put on my ankle, and I used to put on a bulletproof vest. I traveled with Jesse Jackson when he ran for president in 84 and 88. Okay?
Wow.
Yeah, so I carried a gun every day, okay,
Right.
but I still had, my role and the police role.
And Danger Man does or does not carry a gun now?
No.
I see.
My gun is up here.
Awesome.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
I think that's exactly the difference that people talk about when they're talking about real life superheroes potentially being a bad thing. Is they're thinking of people that go out on their own and do interfere with the cops, or maybe take it upon themselves to differentiate right from wrong, which is a big question when it comes to citizens' arrest. Who's the one to say what's right and what's wrong? But Danger Man, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think with what you're going out and doing, it's pretty cut and dry that it's preventative.
Yes.
It's
That's
encouraging
right.
people
That's
to be
right.
safe. I mean, there's really no way that I would see that people could look on that and say that's a bad thing.
No, right. But normal people. I still have people. The critics. That, what are you doing? Aren't you too old to be a superhero? I said, too old. I didn't know there was a limit.
Never.
In trying to keep.
JJ Arms is in his 80s.
And he's still a superhero.
Eric Milady at WWE Champ 1021 says real life superheroes are firefighters and other civil servants. And I think that's important for us to remember too. Maybe just because they don't have what we think of as a traditional superhero garb, they're certainly out there saving lives.
I'm like a costume real life superhero. You know, I call it my super suit. Okay, and then you have, like you said, you have the firemen, the police. You know, those people that are out there, and they're really, you know, they're really the frontline guys. Now, when the police do a good thing, you know. And I said, hey, right on. I'm talking about, the police, or when a police officer is shot, you know, I'm going on YouTube. I'll say, hey, let's pray for, the officer and his family, okay,
awesome.
Now, but when the cops go bad, then I'm on them. I'm saying, okay, now, this is not the way that that you protect and serve. When you're a CHP officer and you're whooping some woman on the freeway.
Oh, yeah, no good.
Okay, I'm definitely a critic against and trying to make sure that we have good police. But then as when you look at the cops, and and we need them when there's danger, okay, and you have a problem, you call the cops. That's what you call. Okay, and you want them to come out, and then when they come out, we want them to do the right thing. Okay.
Absolutely.
We want them to do the right thing. We expect them to do the right thing. They have a job. When they took that oath and that badge, okay, then to swore to protect and serve, okay? So the problem comes in when they don't do that, and I'm on them. I'm saying, okay, I love the cop, I love law and order, okay, but let's make sure that it's equal justice,
right?
Okay, and make sure that people are being handled in a correct manner and given their rights, and that they get under the law of the United States of America.
So you're in a lot of ways on the same team as the police enforcement, but in other ways you still stand for your own justice.
Yeah, right, absolutely.
And that makes sense because you talk to so many children. I feel like children are under, not a delusion, but they're made to believe that the police are justice. Yeah. And oftentimes, unfortunately, they're not. So you're there to not blur those lines and to make sure that cops are good, police are supposed to be there to help you, but sometimes they're not quite exactly embodiments of justice.
Right, absolutely. Sometimes they have issues.
Right.
So,
I see.
Yeah.
I love the work that you do.
Thank you.
Especially that you work with children. I think that's amazing.
Right. Thank you. Well, I find, especially being a black superhero, it's really inspiring because I get to go. I have a saying where I go, I'm in the hood where I do the most good. Okay. And when I go into these urban communities, the kids they say, wow, they look, and so my tagline is urban superhero, but when I go down in the hood, I had to say I'm the black superhero because a lot of kids they don't understand urban. I said
they don't want to hear that.
Yeah, I'm in front of a class. I said, yeah, I'm the urban superhero, and they look at each other. What urban? What does urban mean? So I said, I'm the black superhero. And their parents love it. The teachers love it. Yeah.
Awesome. So when we're talking about individual perceptions of what you think that is the difference between right and wrong versus other people who are out in the world, it brings up an interesting question when it comes to then supervillains. At Virgil Must Die 3, James Downey says, I'd worry about the Batman effect. Superheroes would lead to supervillains. We see this in Kick-Ass for sure, and even though that's fictional, do you think that's a real danger out in the world? As people come out and embody superheroes in real life, will this then lead to actual supervillains?
I think bad guys are just already supervillains. Like, they don't need to don any kind of costume, and they probably don't want to attract attention to themselves. So I feel like it wouldn't go that route. It wouldn't go the kick-ass route. I feel like they just are there already anyway, but just acting like normal people.
The real-life superhero movement took a big leap when the first Kick-Ass movie came out.
Oh, that makes sense.
That's right. Okay, because you really didn't, you really didn't have the movement like you had now.
Right.
And when that came out, God, these guys were going all out and buying costumes and becoming real life superheroes. Okay, and then when the second one came out, and the second one was really violent. I mean, I actually did a YouTube video and on my social media sites telling people, do not take your kids to go see that.
Did that cause a problem in the real life superhero community of people that were putting on costumes and going out at night and being violent with who they perceived as criminals? Was that a problem?
I did read some stories and where it was a problem in some, because they got inspired by that, and they said, yeah, I can go do that, okay, and some people got hurt.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
All they really wanted to do was go fight.
Or maybe they wanted to do good, but who's to say that their opinion of where the moral line is necessarily the correct opinion? I mean, we all have free will and freedom of choice and our own opinions as far as what's right and what's wrong. So if you have hundreds of superheroes on the street, they're obviously going to differ on where that line lies.
Absolutely, because some of them are wacky.
That could be true.
That's right. Some of them are wacky and don't have, I mean, there's a thing called common sense, okay, which a lot of people don't have. Okay.
Surprisingly.
You know, and so when you get their version of what's right and wrong, because the way, depending on the way they were raised, you know, whether they had, you know, a mama and a daddy and a good mama and daddy, whether they had no mama and daddy, okay, and they had foster parents and they were raised in a tin can or something, you know, their whole vision, you know, could be scarred.
So let me ask the two of you, what superheroes inspire you? What is it about superhero stories that makes you want to be a better person?
Ooh, superheroes that make me want to be a better person. I would probably, actually, it's really interesting. I'd probably go the Batman route because it seems so real to me to have that dark side almost. Because Batman isn't like always 100% of the time always about justice. Like he is, he exacts justice in the right way, I think. But there's kind of a dark element about it, and I think that's very normal to have as like a person living in this world.
Yeah.
So in terms of what hit me most as realistic, that Batman would be it. But I personally really, really love Spider-Man. I loved that he is a teenager. That's, again, going back to like my whole like anime concept where you believe you're the chosen one. So I really liked that. It made me feel like anybody could be amazing at some point in their lives,
That's a
or
good
they
feeling.
can grow to be amazing. Yeah. So that's just inspiring, and I don't know, I have to go along those two routes.
Well, I have to say my first was Shaft, okay?
You're laughing at yourself. I love it.
Yeah, okay. Shaft, because, you know, as a black man with Shaft, I said, wow, look at Shaft. He's sticking it to the man, okay?
That's right.
You know, and, you know,
That's hilarious.
yeah, you know, Shaft came out, and, you know, he was a black private detective who was a sex machine, all the, you know, but he came, you know, he was, you know, when they needed him, okay? You know, Shaft was there, okay? And then even Superfly. Okay, you know, when Superfly, even though Superfly was a drug dealer, okay, Superfly wanted to go straight, and then you know the cops, they were trying to mess him up, you know. And when that movie and there was a issue when the movie and Superfly, when near the end of the movie, when the guys they take him, they're gonna like throw him in the water and shoot him, you know. And they're like threatening him. He said, look, he said, you know, I got this. He said, I got information on you. He tells the police commissioner, okay. And if anything happens to a hair on my head, and he has all his long hair, you know, he said, I got hitmen that have already been paid, and they're gonna wipe out your family, you know. And so
That doesn't sound very superhero.
no, but wait a minute. Because, you know, so you told her that, okay? And so, but do you know in theaters across the country, black people stood up and clapped because the first time they had somebody that told the man, stick it. When I go out and I hear and people say, wow, that's Danger Man, you know? And so, but I was always still a big fan of Superman.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, because I remember the Reeves, what's his name, the original?
George Reeves.
George Reeves, yeah.
I absolutely love it. Well, thank you both for being here with us today. Please let the audience at home know where they can find more of you. Danger Man?
You can find me on YouTube at Urban Superhero at YouTube, and everything begins from there. Or on Facebook. I'm all over Facebook.
Awesome. And Reina?
You can find me on YouTube as well. Just look for Reina Scully, and that'll be me.
Excellent. Let us know what you think of real life superheroes. Is it ever something you'd consider for yourself? Put that down in the comments. Make sure that you get a chance to check out the latest short film here from Fright-O-Verse, as well as heading over to Trisha Hershberger. That's my channel, youtube.com/nerdychick5. And a big thank you and shout out to House of Secrets for letting us use this lovely place to film at. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next time.